Hi, I'm Emily Katie. If you've ever been told throughout your life that you're too sensitive or too emotional, or why do you cry so much, then you're at the right place. My life purpose is to empower empaths and highly sensitive people who are overwhelmed and exhausted by carrying the weight of everyone else's expectations of them to help them reclaim their inner peace, set healthy boundaries, and thrive, transforming their sensitivity into a source of strength and deep connection. Have you been hearing lately a lot about this 3D, 5D, new earth shift, the great transition? I know I've talked about it. My guides have talked a lot about the great transition to me, and I've shared some here on this channel. And have you been wondering, like, what does this actually mean? Does and I know for empaths, a lot of empaths, because I have clients have been coming to me saying, does this mean that I'm gonna be leaving my loved ones behind if I transition to the 5D? Um, I fear, leaving them behind. I love them. I wanna be with them. Um, and yet at the same time, you don't want your loved ones to stay in the 3D and have to have the 3D pain of what this three density offers us, and that you worry about possibly losing connection to them. Does it mean that you're going to a completely different realm, or are you actually still here? So these are questions that I had for myself, as well as I've had a lot of clients ask me. So I decided I would go into spirit and get some answers. So this is what I found out from my guides, and take it or leave it. If it resonates with you, great. If it doesn't, I understand it's not for everyone, but this it resonated with me, and it's something I wanted to share with you. And again, I've been getting a lot of questions from my empathic clients about what does this actually mean. So um, with that in mind, I know that for empaths, these questions can heavily weigh on our hearts. We wonder about the impact of our own evolution and those and how it impacts those that we hold dear to our heart, and how can we navigate these shifts with greater grace and compassion for ourselves and for those that we love. I know for me, I feel like sometimes there's a tug on my soul and to move towards the 3D, but my emotions sometimes feel like they want to be held back. I don't know if you feel that way. If you feel this tug on your soul, like it's time to progress, it's time to go to the 5D. But my emotions, I don't want to leave my loved ones. So I feel like I'm kind of being anchored to stay back, to support my loved ones. Maybe you found yourself overwhelmed by the sheer weight of the world's troubles, unsure of how to maintain your own well-being amidst it all. So know that you're not alone, and this teaching is for you to help you navigate the challenges of being an empath or a highly sensitive person, to find the balance as we go through this great transition of the 3D to the 5D. So first, important, what is the 3D? What's the 4D? What's the 5D? It's a density. It's a dimension, and so it's not a completely different planet. And so the 3D is a state of consciousness. Um, when you go from the 3D to the 5D, the 3D is a place of like survival of the fittest. There's judgment. You're programmed with lack. You are always like being shown, trying to prove your worth to others. This is a good. This is very geared towards empaths and highly sensitive people, although it is not limited to this. What this message, but that's the 3D realm. It's very, very dense. The 4D is like you've awakened. Most people that follow me, my clients, they're in between the 3D and the 4D. They have awakened, and they're realizing there's more to life than just working. There's more to it. There's more meaning. What is their purpose? This is the 4D. You're stepping into questioning, what is all of this about, and understanding that there is more than just the physical 3D. There's a spiritual aspect, and you want to explore it. Whereas the 5D consciousness is about compassion, it's about love. There is no judgment, it's completely absent of judgment. It's living your truth, and you're seeking joy instead of money and prosperity. You're seeking joy. But there is an abundance of money and prosperity, but joy is what you're seeking for your soul in the 5D. So what is really important to understand is that our reality is shaped by whichever consciousness we're in. And we can waver between the 3D, the 4D, and the 5D. However, the goal is to get to the 5D and stay in the 5D, is what my guides were sharing with me. The 5D for empaths is a place that you would no longer feel the pain of others. You would still have the sympathy and the compassion, but you wouldn't have that weight of the world on you. You can be there for people and see the bigger picture of things, is what they're saying. That it's not just that moment of pain that they're suffering in, but you see the bigger picture of the lesson that they have to learn, and that you won't have this desire or this need. I don't even think it's a desire for empaths, but the you won't have the I'm sorry guys, I'm losing the word here that I want to use, but the desire to take on that pain to ease their suffering, it won't be there, because you're going to get the bigger picture from the 5D. The challenges in the 3D, though, our loved ones that choose to stay in the 3D, they are going to face some challenges that you aren't going to face in the 5D, and you are going to see them in those challenges. But again, you're separated. You're seeing them from a more of an elevated space. And it's not that we're better. If you're in the 5D, you're not better than anyone else. You just have a higher consciousness. And so you can see, okay, again, like what they said earlier, the lessons learned here for them. So why shift into the 5D, and how does this impact an empath? So moving from, the goal here is to move from fear to love, deepening your connection with the consciousness, the collective consciousness, and having an impact not only on yourself and your loved ones, but actually the world. And then this is also learning to embrace your truth and living like you want to move into the 5D, because you want to live your authentic truth. And as an empath or an HSP, embracing your sensitivity as a gift. It's truly a beautiful gift that you can, when you know how to work with it, you can really help not only yourself, but other people out. And then as well as you feel more balanced as an empath or a highly sensitive person. In the 5D, your relationships are a lot more harmonious. They're heart-centered connections, and they're based on love and understanding, rather than trying to prove something to somebody, or jealousy, or the different lower dimension or lower density feelings that we have in the 3D. And then the beautiful thing too in the 5D is there is healing and transformation that is very easily accessible. It's in the 3D too. It's just a little harder to access. And so as an empath, we tend to have wounds from that we carry from ourselves, from the past, as well as from our ancestors. And this is a place of great healing of not only our own wounds, but our loved ones, our ancestors, and then have spiritual growth in this time, or in this density. So empaths are a bridge, essentially, to help our loved ones that are in the 3D and inspire them to help moving up into the different densities, to bring them more ease into their lives. So I will say, in the loved ones that are in the 3D don't always understand that not everybody here is meant to go into the 5D, and that's okay. And the ones that aren't, they may not understand why you've changed, why you're not the same person that you were before. And so they may try to bring you back down. And you won't feel attacked. You won't feel it you won't be triggered by it, because again, you're going to have a deeper understanding, a deeper consciousness of who they are and where they're at, and you will be okay with it. A beautiful thing always is to send them a prayer of healing, and they are on their own journey. So, how to shift out of the, or excuse me, how to shift into the 5D. And so, my guides gave me this visualization about 2 weeks ago, where, and honest to God, I don't remember if I was in meditation or if I was just in a moment where I went into this quantum leap, um, or a portal of some sort. But I was, all of a sudden, I peeked my head through the thin veil that separates the physical with the spiritual. And as I peeked my head through this veil, I looked down and I could see the 3D world, and it was dark. It was gray. It was just dense. It didn't look like anything was alive. But then when I looked up at the 5D world, I saw limitless abundance. I saw colors you can't see here on earth. I just saw so much abundance. I don't even have a word. It was colorful, it was beautiful, it was welcoming and exciting. And when they gave that to me, I asked them, why did you give this to me? And they said, this is quantum entanglement, and this is a lesson in quantum entanglement for you. Now, I'm not well versed in quantum physics, so please bear with me. But what quantum entanglement is, from my understanding, is where two or more particles become interconnected, and in a way that when they do, they instantly affect or impact the state of the other particles, regardless of the distance. So, with this experience I had of going up and seeing what the 5D was, what I got from it is it's suggesting that we align ourselves with our higher state of consciousness. And by focusing our thoughts and intentions on higher frequencies of love, compassion, and positivity, we can entangle ourselves with these states and begin to manifest. So it's not only for ourselves, but for the world around us. This involves a shift in our own awareness as well as our mindset. So choosing a vibration at a level of love and compassion rather than fear and judgment. So with that being said, I saw what the 5D was. I saw that I could have, like, literally anything is possible. Money, love, whatever you want, it's right there and it's easy to get to. So what they are saying is this quantum entanglement, everything's here. It's already created. And you just have to align yourself, align your thoughts to it. And the particles of the 5D are going to be impacted by your positive thoughts, by your intentions of what you're setting out and bringing forward, and they will come to you. So that is the lesson that they were teaching me, and it's a lesson I want to share with you. Everything is here for us. We just have to access this quantum entanglement. So identify that everything is already existing. Of whatever you want is already existing in the 5D. And you just have to align to your higher consciousness. They wanted you to know the law of, was it conservation, I believe it was. And they said, this is an energy that all energy can never be created or destroyed. It's already, whatever is here is here. So the only thing we can do is transform energy. So what they're saying is, if there's that negative thing in your life that you want to change, transform it. You can transform that energy. We have been programmed from lifetimes of lack. The 3D, the 3 density world that we live in is lack. So it's learning to transform that lack into abundance. Moving from, the dwelling on that limitation, those limiting thoughts, to envisioning the desired outcome that you really want. Stop focusing on feeling controlled by people or politicians, our systems, and start to focus on the positive change that you want. One of the changes I really want is I want to see more community involvement. I want to see people involved in helping one another with our daily lives. I want to see people, maybe it's living in a community where you have somebody that has chickens and somebody that has a garden, somebody that sews, and we help commune with each other. You trade, you help each other out, you support each other, you lift each other up. That is something that is in my heart. That is my desire, to see more going back to our roots of really supporting each other. So that is a positive change I am putting out there, and with my intent that I will be living a life like that. So, so practical steps for shifting into this 3D, or excuse me, the 5D living, is to visualize and set your intentions. Envision the life that you desire and focus on the positive aspects of it. Take micro steps every day towards this desired reality. So, whatever it is that you're envisioning, you want to take steps towards it. You don't want to just envision it. So, for example, um, I want to manifest having, more communal living. So now like I was gonna reach out to my neighbors and start talking to them. We've talked about this before. I have a huge backyard, and create a garden that we can all share in the resources of putting it together and the abundance of what it produces. That is communal living. My one neighbor, he has just talked about having chickens and offering to take care of the chickens for us so that we can all buy our chickens and get our eggs. So this is the kind of stuff that starting to take action. It's something we've talked about in the past, and it's something that's came up, resurfaced for me, and it's like, okay, now let's make this happen this summer. This is the time to start planting the garden. So those are the small steps. If you're an empath and you're feeling overwhelmed, what are small steps that you can do to create a balanced and harmonious life? Maybe it's carving out a few hours a day, or maybe not even a day, but a few hours a week for yourself. Maybe it's 30 minutes a day that you are carving out to read a book, to meditate, to go for a walk, to listen to music, whatever it may be, that you're unplugging from electronics, but you're really connecting with yourself. That's going to create some more balance in your life. So those are the things that they're saying to do. And the third thing is to let go of control. So understand that no one controls you but you. And that this is the time to release the control, the external control that you're feeling in your life, and to trust the process of what you're trying to create, or not trying, I don't want to say that, what you're creating. So creating a quantum leap or a timeline shift. This can get a little complicated because what I'm talking about is going from 3D to 5D and having loved ones that are still in the 3D. So timelines are going to be shifting and changing. So they may be experiencing things that you're not going to experience, and vice versa. Or you may experience them earlier than they experience them. This is called the Mandela effect. You can look it up. It's all over the internet. But basically, you may experience something, and then all of a sudden it happened. So know that with these different dimensions, we're on different timelines. I can go into this on a different teaching. But that's one thing that I do want to bring into just touch on here. And that when you're making your conscious choices of how you want to make positive change in your own life, that you are going to have some timeline shifts. Things are going to start to change for you. And especially when you start to take those small steps, in the micro steps, and moving forward in that lifestyle that you want, that change that you want in your life. So these small steps and shifts, you may not see results right away, but all of a sudden you're going to start to see things come together, and it will come together with ease. So you'll start to see changes in your reality. And these changes, again, are for you because you're making that conscious step to move forward in it. Whereas your loved ones that are in the 3D or in different realities may not experience it. So Again, embrace the compassionate living of 5D. 5D is all about compassion, and we need more compassion in this world right now. So, living from your heart and embodying the essence of compassion in and love in all aspects of your life and your loved ones. Making choices that align with your values, and unify with bring you unity, peace, and harmony. And be the change. Serve as a beacon of light and love. Inspire others to embrace the 5D world too. As you do, people are going to be curious because they're going to see changes in your life and they will want to know what you've done and how they can do it for themselves. So that's a great opportunity to be that beacon because it has that ripple effect and it really can help change, help us get through this great transition faster. So harnessing that power of higher consciousness through your alignment and intentions, and then practice these steps and cultivate these positive thought streams and embrace the compassionate living. And this is basically what we need to start doing as we move into this 5D. So know that you're not alone. You're in this process with many people that are going through it right now. And there is a beautiful portal open right now for us to truly step into the 5D. So if this is something that you want to learn more about of how to step into the 5D, how to embrace it, how to access this miracle portal that we're currently in, I invite you to book a sacred soul session with me. I'll drop the link below and I'd be really happy. I would be happy to go through this with you and help you connect with your soul, understand where you're currently at, and how to access what you need to do to access the your most masterful self in the 5D to bring forward what it is that you want in this lifetime. So if you are an empath and you're just really trying to understand how to navigate this shift and to find more balance in your life, I dropped a link below in the description on my 5 must haves for every empath or highly sensitive person. These tools have helped bring me balance, harmony, and feel empowered. So I highly recommend this. It's a free little 5 must have checklist. I recommend this for you. So I hope this is helpful for you. If you would like more videos like this, more insights on how to navigate the 3D world into the 4D and the 5D, please like this video and subscribe, and I will be sharing some more with you soon.